A very warm welcome to all the new subscribers and lots of love and regards as always to all the existing ones. I hope everyone is doing well and it seems like I'm speaking to you all after ages. And trust me, it feels like that because it really has been quite a few weeks since I spoke to you, since I did an audio message, and I have just been so occupied and so busy in the last few days that it's been quite crazy. I've been busy setting up my new online crystal shop, and so much goes into it that I have to manage the readings that come through, the reading requests, and at the same time, it really takes a hell lot of work to develop something from scratch. But I'm truly honored that, you know, uh, I really never thought that I would get to do so much. And I think the reason we say that, get busy and get distracted is not just for the sake of diverting and distracting yourself from your twin, but what I would like to say to every person is that when you truly get busy in your life and when you truly start focusing on your life and how you can come out of it and releasing the hurt and utilizing your own gifts, whatever they may be, you really don't have the time for anything, for any kind of trash, for any kind of negativity to cross your mind. Yes, from time to time the release is going to happen, and things are going to bog us down, but then we are so occupied in a constructive way that it will be a piece of cake, honestly speaking, to just be able to move past those energies. And I decided to do this message today. It's more like the general updates, followed by pick a card reading. And I'm trying to just make sure that you make the most of these energies and someone benefits from this message, because this is indeed a very powerful period. And when I say very powerful period, you really must make the most of these energies, because if you practice these few little things, I swear you're going to see results in your life. And not just results, but you will begin to recreate your life from scratch and turn it into something beautiful. Now, why is this such a powerful period? It's a powerful period because, first of all, we have the full moon in Aries tonight and tomorrow, depending upon whichever part of the world you're living in. We also have the last Mercury retrograde of 2019, which I believe will end around the end of this month. And because of these two very important planetary aspects that are going on at this point in time, the good news is that all the heaviness and the low vibrational energies that you have been feeling, and those heavy emotions that have been weighing you down, are soon about to leave. And this is an excellent period, therefore, to do your best to go in for any kind of healing, any kind of meditation, any kind of practice that lets you release the things, the people, the situations that are no longer serving you. It is very important that by now a lot of you know that meditation under the full moon and practicing some release rituals are highly recommended at this point in time. But I would also say go in for cord cutting rituals. Now, cord cutting is never advisable nor possible when it comes to your twin flame connection, because if you ask me, you can never cut cords with your twin flame. But utilize this period to effectively cut the karmic cords that are, maybe it could be your spouse, your ex husband, your ex boyfriend, your parents, your siblings. I mean, any of the karmic connections that drained you or that brought you a lot of hurt, wherever you feel stuck in life because of a specific relationship, that is the one person or that one relationship where cord cutting needs to happen. Okay. And I'm also guided to say that because a lot of the past hurts, not just the past hurts from this life, but also a lot of the experiences and the abandonment issues and the low vibrational emotions and pains that you have gone through in your previous lifetimes, they are also coming to the surface. And a very good idea at this point in time for the next few days would be to practice the violet flame meditation. Now, I personally do not suggest a specific technique because honestly, every person has a different aptitude when it comes to meditation and how you're going to do it. So, the best thing would be to please Google and search on the violet flame meditation and find one which is most convenient for you. You know, there are a lot of free meditations available on YouTube, and there's a lot of information on Google also. So please go through that, and if you feel guided, because I don't believe in imposing myself on others, I feel that you should seriously try to absorb something. If it makes sense, that's when you do it. But I would highly recommend doing violet flame meditations. And the logic is that the violet flame is extremely powerful, and it helps in releasing and transmuting your negative karma. Okay, so this is because this is such a powerful period wherein we have to do extensive amount of releasing. Make the most of the full moon energies, and with that, if you combine the violet flame meditation at least for the next few days, it's going to be very powerful. So while you're doing your meditation, you can visualize yourself in a beautiful violet flame, and not just your own self, but the people with whom you want to resolve the hurt. It could be your mother, it could be your father, it could be anyone really, including your twin. You just visualize that person in the violet flame and imagine all the negativity being cleansed and washed out, and everything that you want to convey to them. You can imagine yourself speaking to them meditatively, in your meditative state. And these are some techniques that will really help you. Okay, and most importantly, the logic is that you don't have to see yourself as a helpless victim anymore, and you really don't have to engage yourself in any kind of arguments or overly controlling dominant behavior. Because the moment you get into anger or despair or any kind of frustrating low vibrational energy, you end up falling into a frequency that then connects you to an even bigger frequency of that sort, feeding off your original energies and turning them into even lower dimensional energies. I hope it makes sense. So we don't need anything like that. And as they say, struggle begets more struggle. So, our conscious effort at this time is that if you end up feeling emotional, it's okay, cry it out, okay? But you have to understand that you use your anger and your hurt to transform yourself into a bigger and a higher version of you, and not to see yourself as a victim. Because understand the fact that we chose to have certain experiences in our life, and it is these experiences that have made us who we are. So instead of feeling like a victim and seeing yourself in a pathetic state that your twin insulted you or someone abandoned you and so on and so forth, you get into a reflective mode and ask yourself that why did this happen to me, what has it taught me, and why am I a twin flame. And it would be highly recommended that today and tomorrow and the next few days extensively release. Write down on a piece of paper everything that you want to release from your life, burn it under the full moon. That is a very, very effective technique. But do whatever it is that you can to ensure that nothing negative impacts you anymore. And you have to start doing these things, and trust me, post this full moon and as the month comes to an end, you will see some wonderful celestial blessings coming into your life. And when I say celestial blessings, I mean it's no joke. Some of you may have already started feeling it in your life. you will start seeing improvements in your life, like a sudden solution to your problems. If you're struggling with a job or a home situation, you will be able to find a home. Miraculously, things will turn into your favor. Okay, and also the prospect of a loving soulmate coming into your life. Now, of course, I understand the fact that we are all twin flames and everybody wants a union. But what is also important is that, if you keep on sticking to the idea of being abandoned by your twin, and in the process keep on punishing yourself, or feeling hurt in the process, but not allowing somebody else who may not be your twin to actually come and honor you for who you are, that's like saying no to life. Okay, yes, it's great. I would also like to say that congratulations to all those twins who have begun hearing from their masculine twins, because after the last update that I posted on YouTube, which was again with the musical background and not really my voice, I started getting so many emails from my own clients as well as from the subscribers, writing to me that they did, in fact, hear from their masculine twins. Some of them have reached out to wish birthday to their beloved feminine. Some of the masculines have just popped out an email out of the blues. And I'm not just stating some random statement, but if you look into the comments section, there are real people who have actually written that they got contacted by their twin. So the logic is that if you want to move on in your life, I mean, if you want to move ahead, even whether with your twin or without your twin, you will have to make a dedicated effort to let go of all the negative habits, thinking patterns, codependency and stuff like that. And instead, I'm sure that every person, so many of you are like tarot readers, first of all. You do readings. I mean, I recently spoke to a client of mine and she herself does readings, and I wasn't even aware of that. And I also would like to, first of all, thank all those old clients of mine who have connected with me to buy crystals. It really means a lot to me. The reason I'm not sharing the link to my crystal shop, frankly, is simply because there are so many crystal shops all over the world, and I'm not someone who wants to really mix the two things together or extensively market myself. I've never done that. I simply start a creative project and I allow it to flourish, the way it's meant to be. If people are meant to cross my path, they will come. But I'm not like that businesswoman who wants to promote myself left, right, and center. I did, however, share the link with some of my loyal clients who have been long-standing, clients for a very long time in the last 2 years, and that is my way of expressing my gratitude, because when you display so much trust in me and come back to me for readings again and again, then I will make sure that I honor that trust, and whenever I start something new, you will always know about it, and you will always get a discount or some sort of a free promotion. And I feel that our actions speak louder than our words, and through my actions you will always know that you are important to me and you matter. So there is so much happening in my life, and I mean, I am very happy to finally embrace my path fully, and just dedicate myself no matter where it leads. I'm very happy and I'm grateful to be a twin flame, and I urge everyone to derive joy in whatever you're doing. And trust me, wonderful blessings are on their way. Right, so now it's exactly 14:14 as I said that, so high five. And finally, I want to now share about the pick a card reading. What I've done is, there are three sets of cards, and what I try to ask is that what is it that the twins need to work on, and what is it, what is their current block at this point in time. So out of the three sets of cards that you see, you can either pause the video or take a moment to just intuitively pick any one pile, set one, set two, or set three. And then I will, start talking about the description. But what I will also do is I'll try to post this, what do you say, the timestamps on the screen. If not on the screen, then certainly in the description box below, right? So if you picked card one, set one, what is it that you need to work on and what is the current block for you? You've drawn the codependency card. Addictions are affecting your romantic and personal life. Now, since this is a general message and not really a specific one, I can just say that, addiction, the term addiction or codependency could range from a variety of unhealthy influences, okay, and not just really restricted to one aspect that is unhealthy. So you would know what is it that is unhealthy or codependent in your life. But your biggest block basically is a heavy reliance on the past and the inability to leave the past behind. So, a highly codependent mindset for sure. Okay, you're focusing too much on the past, you're unable to come out of it because it's followed by the Six of Cups card. And for some people in this category, it could also imply some sort of a childhood trauma or an abuse of some sort that really left a deep wound in your in your life and on your soul and in your heart. But it also shows that along with this addiction or the codependency and the heavy reliance in the past and the inability to come out of it, there is also a huge amount of immaturity with the way you handle your life or your situation or the relationship, and trying to be so stuck on that you're trying to find hope from a situation that is actually hopeless. You have turned into a victim of the past, or you are having a lot of difficulty in moving on, and your energies are certainly all over the place at this point in time. So if you picked card 1, the advice for you is to make the most of the full moon energies, practice the violet flame meditation, start something creative, and channel your energy into something that distracts you positively, because it's extremely important to stop your focus onto your twin or in the past and see yourself as a victim, and instead learn to channel your energies. And I would also highly recommend going in for some sort of a healing or energy clearing, because your energies really need to be cleared. Okay, if you picked card 2, what is it that you need to work on and what's the current block? I believe building trust is what you need to work on. Now, whether it is a lack of trust in your own self, or you are having doubts around starting a new creative venture, or doubting your own abilities, finding it hard to trust your own self, that is the kind of lack of trust that I'm seeing for group 2. And because of this lack of trust within yourself or the circumstances, you might be trying to seek validation from people or external sources that are basically obviously outside of you. uh, Perhaps some of you, there is a new work opportunity, uh, or a new love interest, and some of you feel torn between your twin flame and your current partner. It could be a husband or it could be anybody else basically, but you feel torn between two people. And your block therefore is, I'm seeing a lot of extreme pessimism out there, constantly comparing your situation to others, feeling a lack within. You might be having some sort of a financial instability. You may be a control freak, trying to control and plan a hell lot of things, and yet things are getting out of control, and you're not seeing results. Or there might be a fear of change and constant need to evaluate your own options, inability to find stability, not just financial but also emotional, feeling held back or facing a lot of delays. Your advice therefore is to, if you picked category 2, is to basically again slow down, calm down, relax, and just ground yourself. And the advice that was given in the beginning to practice the meditation, the violet flames, you certainly have to do that, because by being all over the place, you are really not going to, it's like when a car is speeding, and there is one that's going at the normal pace, and then there's one car that's just going out of control and speeding excessively. But at the end of the day, when the traffic signal comes, even that speeding car has to stop. So the message for this category too is to slow down, because being over the place does not help. Okay. And finally, if you picked card number 3, you've drawn the card calling in your soulmate. So what is it that you need to work on, and what is your block at the moment? If you picked card 3, perhaps your focus is too much on the 3D union, and how your union will happen, and how your twin will contact, or how your twin is going to leave the karmic partner, and all those questions that are related to the 3D union, wherein you are least bothered about your own life and correcting your own imbalances. I'm also seeing a sense of blame and resentment that you feel. For some, you either you are cheating your partner, or your partner, or you have been cheated on in the past. But the energies of cheating certainly seem like they're there. And there also might be, if you picked card 3, there might be some sort of a legal or a police case involved, some legal situation that has caused some sort of an instability and imbalance in your life. But this instability could be related to either your home situation, your finances, a wrong decision that's making you feel ripped off of your peace, your money, and your stability in some way, or some sort of an addiction that took a toll in your life, either directly or indirectly. But you're basically feeling stuck and helpless, and perhaps feeling abandoned by your twin, and there is certainly some sort of an unfinished business that you need to resolve. Now, if you picked card 3, your advice is to take accountability of your own life and your own decisions. And there is a need to go in for some sort of a healing, counseling session, therapy, or simply meditating to connect with your own team of guides and your own higher self, basically. Because if you have faced certain experiences that have really created some sort of an imbalance in your life, then these are karmic lessons, and unfortunately you're not learning anything out of them, you're trying to avoid them. So what you need to do is, first of all, to take responsibility and accountability of your own life, your own decisions. And if something has been neglected in the past, or if somebody cheated you, or if you made a wrong decision, forgive yourself and forgive your past, and come into a calm, grounded state. Take accountability of your action and say that now it's a brand new start. I forgive and release myself, and I learn from it, and I'm not going to make that mistake again. At least for the next 1 month, avoid making any kind of a financial investment. And if you do, make sure you thoroughly cross check the documentation or the legal aspects of it. Okay. uh, and you need to most importantly understand that you are not being punished, but it is the universe trying to send you lessons, and to wake you up and to shake you up, to see that you also need to work equally hard on yourself, rather than blaming on situations, circumstances, or people. But all in all, all I want to say is that the energies are going to become extremely positive, and we are all going to spread our wings and seriously soar. uh, so I just want you to and obviously this reading is obviously not applicable for those twins who are in union at this point in time, but obviously for those who were somehow guided to this message. And if this message does not relate with anybody, it's perfectly fine. But what is important is that no matter where you live, what your current situation is, We have to make the most of these full moon beautiful energies, release, let go of the past, and get ready to literally wipe our slates clean, start afresh, because as the coming, this month comes to an end, we can expect some really positive blessings, miraculous outcomes to the solutions of our problems. I mean, everything is going to turn around. So make sure that you're only focusing on the positive, on the things that you want, and everything is going to be fine. And on that positive note, I'm going to end my message, and I send you all so much love and a huge thank you to anybody who has connected for readings, for buying crystals, and of course now I have a new feather in my hat. So if you're looking for a specific crystal, please feel free to write to me, and I will do my best to send and deliver the highest quality, most authentic crystals across for you. And on that note, I just want to end my message. Have a great weekend. Happy full moon, and look after yourselves. Okay, I'll be back with another message. Lots of love, guys. Take care.